Welcome back to Advance Wars 2 Reboot Camp. Last time, we unlocked the ability to use Neo-Tanks for Blue Moon, and mostly just Colin. And now it's time to head out to Mission 13, it's way later for me because I did Gold Comet first, T-15. The foe is armed with a giant missile. They must be prevented from firing it. Now, there is something a little special about this mission. Since I've done Silo Scramble, this is going to be the last time we ever fight Flak.
Oh my gosh! Commander Olaf! Look at that thing! It's...
I did not expect him to be, I mean, Jack Frost's a real thing, but I just think of Atlas now whenever I see Jack Frost. Uh-oh. And if we hit it with everything we've got, it might explode and take out the entire region. And that's all we get for the intro. This is kind of a complicated mission, and it's one that I will fully admit I'm actually not that good at. Yeah, there's a lot to keep track of in this mission, a lot of enemies, and a fairly complicated objective that is kind of difficult to do quickly.
I'm here to help.
It's kind of actually cool that Andy's offering the advice here. It shows how far he's come, although he's reiterating just most of Nell's advice.
Oh yeah!
So yeah, the fact that Andy and Olaf are teaming up is also something that went over my head as a kid because I never played Advance Wars 1, but it's a pretty special occasion. I like how there's smoke coming out of this missile too, so yeah, we have this giant silo here. Is reinforced and cannot be breached or dismantled. How are we going to deal with it? Well, I mean, you can probably already spoil yourself if you check on our terms. But it's defended by a couple of anti-airs and a lot of rockets right now, and also a couple of missiles. However, Olaf has a solid pre-deployed force here, but it's the mechs and the infantry that are the most notable. You kind of want to make sure they reach the missile undamaged, because you will need them. There are also a couple of mechs here. Also, Flak has, he's got a pretty big air fleet down here with some bombers, some battlecopters. Olaf does thankfully have anti-air to deal with them though. And then also these things, they're going to be slowed down a lot by the forest. They're not going to be on you for quite a while, but there's also a rocket down there, a very large armada of tanks, as well as more anti-air here. A couple of units here that can actually be surprisingly threatening if you let them be. And we also have this, like, artillery that's just sitting there. So, okay then. Firstly, we have an airport that we can capture, though it's probably the only deployment facility Olaf will be getting for quite some time, or at all. Because Flak does have a base there. Also, how many troops does he start with? 42! Yeah, we're gonna have to get a lot of kills to get perfect power on this map. But, okay then. See, here's the issue. I kind of want this rocket to get in range of this pipe, but it's going to take a little while to do that. Regardless whether I go with the road, I feel like if I actually start advancing in this direction, it's probably still gonna, like, take less time for it to get there. But yeah, I do want to make sure that my anti-air advance up on this front just so I can stop the bombers and fighters, even though they're really not a huge issue because, in the center, we've got some tanks and we've got some medium tanks. Thankfully, we're not quite in range of the rockets just yet, but we do need to make sure that we're ready to take them out when we can. Speaking of which, okay, yeah, that's not rocket range, just gotta keep checking things. Having the ability to check ranges like in Fire Emblem would be pretty useful right now, although, okay, good, we're not blocking our own movement here. This missile should probably head to the south just to deal with those bombers and stuff, because it's pretty useless in the central front. There aren't any air units there. So, okay then, it's kind of a question of who... You can try and capture these cities to get some income to maybe build some air units out of that airport. But also these infantry are going to be better used elsewhere in this map. Again, I do want to make sure that my infantry and mechs are mostly undamaged. However, okay, yeah, that recon is very much not long for this world. I do not need to worry about it at all. Because Andy's going to be taking it out soon. The artillery is able to move effectively on the plains, which is good because the rockets absolutely cannot. And here... doesn't exactly matter where I put these mechs at the moment. Because something to be careful of, due to your allies here in Orange Star, you need to be careful not to step on each other's toes. Because, while you can move through allied units as much as you want, you cannot end your turn on top of an allied unit. Now, I was going to say, oh, I need to be really careful about the enemy power meter, but finally we're facing someone whose power meter is not that great. But okay then, like I said, be careful about stepping on each other's toes, because if I do this to kill off that recon, nothing in Olaf's army is going to be able to hit that pipe from above next turn. Though, to be honest, there's really not a whole lot that's going to be doing good damage to that pipe anyway. But that said, I probably still should avoid, again, stepping on my toes too much. I've kind of missed Andy's theme, honestly. I still find it interesting that Andy's theme is called Andy's Anthem. It's the only one that's named that way. Everyone else's theme song is just called insert character name, here's theme. But yeah, we heard this a ton towards the end of the Advance Wars 1 campaign because I played like all those missions and then Rival. I played Andy's entire Green Earth route and then Rivals all in a row. But yeah, I've actually kind of missed this. I don't exactly miss Flak's theme though. Even in the remake, it's still not my favorite song in the game. It's an okay song, it's just far from my favorite. But hey, Olaf is now finally fighting against his kind of replacement in this game. Flak's taken the role of dumb starter villain from Olaf. Some people even joke that Olaf in the first game was basically just Flak in disguise. This is unfortunate. They're blocking me off. And yeah, this mission does have a time limit. And in fact, if you want to get perfect speed, you actually have to beat it in 12 days, not 15. Normally, time limit missions have the same, like, S-rank turn limit as their time limit, but not this one. Now, this would be the kind of map that you really like missile silos on, but there really aren't any besides the giant one, so you're gonna have to deal with this the hard way. So, 8 properties surrounding the launch tower.
Yeah.
You have to capture all 8 of them, and here's the thing. If you were just capturing them one at a time, it would take 16 days to get them all. The way this map works, you have to spread out and get multiple foot soldiers on capturing work at the same time. And since Andy doesn't have any infantry units, we basically have to rely on him to take out the pipes and to support Olaf in terms of damaging the enemies.
Yes.
I would say Nell taught you that one, but really Max did. Oh yes, I knew that. Yeah, Olaf is kind of tsundere about needing help sometimes. This is kind of the point where I think in my playthrough of the original, I did mention this, that to me, just Andy reminds me a lot of Tails at this point from Sonic, being all like, I'm here to help! This is kind of weirdly like Tails and Eggman helping each other out in the finale of Sonic Adventure 2, but of course, you know, Olaf's got a lot of character developments compared to... I mean, Eggman has development sometimes, but he's still pretty much a villain in most of his appearances. Okay, I can get a good solid hit on that. See, here's the thing. I want to make sure that Andy's bombers can get to those units. And yeah, that's the other issue. So for that reason, I'm actually going to preemptively get a snack on that. This is one of these missions where it kind of feels like even in the pipe missions, sort of, you know, tight coordination between both your armies isn't super important. But here it really is. You really need to make sure that you are coordinating both of your armies. Because if not, you do kind of need to work together on this. So if you aren't, you can very easily, like I said, step on each other's toes. I find it a good way to describe how this map can go if you're not careful. Also, Flak is, between that and the rockets, Flak has got a very good chance of getting his power soon. I believe if we move anywhere past that anti-air, we are in range of that. So this bomb right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I'm in a good position to hit this. Also, okay, good. That missile is not covering that rocket very well, but it is covering the other rocket. So I think at this point, I'm instead going to... Okay, I'm going to do this and then hit it with the tank from the other side. I feel like I am a little bit slow in terms of my advance right here, but I don't really want my medium tanks to get shot by the other rocket because there's no way Andy can deal with that this turn. Meanwhile, again, this missile's going to head south. And, okay then, we've got some copters almost on us, we have some bombers almost on us, nothing's going to get quite on us this turn though, so as long as we have these anti-air in the right position, I'll be able to get that airport soon. This rocket, though, is going to take a while to get itself into position. And again, these mechs, I cannot move any of the mechs there. So I think while I'm waiting for Andy, I'm going to instead go for... I do want to get this medium tank as close as possible, though. And I also want to get this rocket as close... see, this fighter is in a bad spot for yeah, Olaf's troops. And I don't think I want to advance with the mechs just yet. So, okay then, we have 45 health on this pipe seam. I need to use a bomber for it, so I'm going to use my furthest back bomber. So that takes that out. We also have a missile there, but it's also not in range. But okay, that rocket is covered from below. That's good to know. None of the copters can get on that rocket, though. Now, you really don't want any of Andy's bombers to get shot by missiles. You will need them to break through Flak's tank brigade, so definitely going to make sure that that doesn't happen. Also, that missile is preventing that pipe from getting hit. I will have my medium tanks probably and tanks on that missile soon, so I won't need to worry about it for like all that much longer, but I also need to worry about the anti-air and because they're going to be incoming soon. I think I'll get that bomber there. And so what the fighter is supposed to do is the fighter is meant to wait until this pipe seam breaks, and then it supports Olaf in the on the bottom part of the map. And now the copters. Yeah, once I have the copters in here, that's also going to really help in dealing with I don't like putting something right here in the pipe seam, though. So where can this... Okay, the rocket can't quite get down there. As long as the rocket isn't totally blocked off, I should be fine. I almost wonder whether I should leave that recon alive for the purposes of the power score. Okay, he doesn't have Barbaric Blow yet, so he's not going to be going for it immediately. Yeah, the problem is these rockets are on cities, which means that, like, if you don't take them out in one good solid blow, then they're going to repair themselves up 2 HP. And, yeah, 5 HP rocket is still pretty dangerous. Okay, yeah, he's getting in here. So we do need to break through these troops in the center, especially all those anti-airs. Those are a real problem. Because really, the upper and lower fronts, the main purpose of the upper front is to let Olaf's infantry and mechs get through. In fact, because he has no way to make more unless he somehow captures that base all the way in the back, but that's very unlikely, then if Olaf loses all of these, then he's gonna, yeah, he's essentially sunk here. So, okay then. I did say that this would be the turn that we start smashing up these. Okay, good. So if I hit this with the northern thing first... Again, I do have to be a little careful because I don't want to step on Andy's toes too much. I need to leave room for his units to move through. For example... Right... If that goes here, I really want that pipe gone as soon as possible so that Andy's fighter can get through, because I really need Andy's fighter right now. Okay. See, the copters alone, I don't like attacking bombers from roads though, but the copters alone are not a threat to my anti-air. But the bombers are definitely a big threat to my anti-air, so I need to make sure that I hit the bombers where I can. Unfortunately, that anti-air can't quite get into the bombers. He only has 2 full health bombers left, though. So I'll be able to get, like, battle copters out of that. Maybe like a fighter or bomber if I really, go in hard enough. Okay, I'm just trying to think whether I don't think that... There's no way I can break through that pipe this turn anyway, so I should probably instead focus on taking out this rocket. And now there's an anti-air in there, but I can't quite get any of my medium tanks on that anti-air just yet. Unfortunately, that's as far as you can go. This rocket up here does cover a pretty sizable area of ground, though. Unless I go for a hit on the pipe seam with the medium tank and save Andy's bombers for the center right now. It's okay then. I do get shot by rockets if I go here. Maybe it's better if Andy bombs that anti-air. No, it's not better if Andy bombs that anti-air. Because there is a missile there, right. Speaking of missiles, I don't think I can actually break through that missile this turn either. Which is gonna be problematic. Oh, I hate it when things survive, like, just barely. Oh, actually, no, I can. With Winter Fury, Andy should be able to take that out with one of his bombers, which means another bomber could get that. Does mean Andy's going to get shot by anti-air, but his technique score doesn't really matter here. So let's go ahead and go for Winter... Oh, actually, no, wait, if I use Winter Fury... So here's the problem with Olaf. Right, the big problem with Olaf. He doesn't play well with others, even though his, like, the previous, like... Even though, no, I think I actually am going to hit this. Like, even though it said, it talked about how he used to, like, play in the snow with everyone in his hometown, Olaf is not a good team player. His snow powers will slow down his allies just as much as his enemies. And that is a huge issue in a map like this, because these bombers are effectively going to have half movement if I use Winter Fury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I will still be able to reach that, but I won't be able to reach the missile. So I don't even know if it's worth it to use. Like, normally I would use Winter Fury now, but I don't actually think I can. Oh, but that does mean he gets to hit us with Neo tanks, though. Oh, yeah, here's another problem, because I can't get that in there because of Andy's units. Also, there's a Neo tank coming. Although this infantry is really not going to serve much of a purpose. Well, I mean, there's not really much use for this anti-air in the northern front, so I can use it to stall the Neo tank, maybe. Okay, that's all of his... So now I have to decide, do I use Winter Fury now, or do I wait? Because what happens if I don't... Yeah, if I don't use Winter Fury, Andy shouldn't be able to kill that. And that means, like, if Andy could one-shot that, then it would mean that he gets to attack that missile, which is great, but... Okay, for now, I'm not going to use Winter Fury. That may be a bad call, but I suppose we'll find out. Because, yeah, 85%, that's not going to kill. But I can at least get this bomber in here, which is going to block his Neo tanks from getting through at the very least, unless this thing one-shots with a lucky power roll, which is possible. I think I'm just going to leave the rest of Andy's units where they are for this turn. So now, come on, Flak, please don't wreck me too badly with Barbaric Blow. This will probably not be the last Barbaric Blow we see.
Stay out of my way.
This is actually what we saw Barbaric Blow used in the trailers too, which is cool. Yeah, I love that trailer finally showed Black Hole Rising footage. It took a while for them to really show that off. But now that we're seeing Barbaric Blow, something that I can discuss regarding Flak. When I originally played this mission, I made this huge, mistake about Flak. I said that, Flak is really good when he can... I said that this map plays to Flak's strengths, because he's really good when he is hitting the enemy with a whole ton of very powerful units at the same time. Because that way it kind of maximizes his kind of power and it mitigates the effects of, kind of bad rolls. Not really. Because for some reason, back in the day, people erroneously thought, okay, the bomber survived, which is good, because it means that, oh, but it means none of Olaf's units can get through there. So yeah, this mission, it's just, it actually messes me up so much, because you've got two armies, but they block each other, and with their units, and I don't know, just for me, the skill set, it's quite tricky for me to figure out exactly how I should really go about making use of the armies efficiently in this map. But yeah, so I said that Flak is good when he is, hitting the opponent with a whole lot of powerful units at once. Because we used to think that Flak's powers outright gave a firepower bonus. Were a random firepower bonus, instead of being luck damage. The idea was that, Nell can, kill Neo tanks with infantry if she's lucky, but Flak can't, but his Neos can easily destroy other Neos. That's actually not true. Flak also is luck damage, and a lot of people have thought that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for Flak. It would make more sense for Flak to have increased firepower but reduced defense. I feel like the only reason they didn't do that is because that would be too overwhelming for an early game opponent. But, okay then. Now do I use Winter Fury? Because that is gonna screw over Andy quite a bit too. Oh, because Andy needs to get his fighter down there. See, I don't think I can really use Winter Fury here. Oh boy, this rocket is basically dead soon. But I can at least... Okay, no, hang on a minute. I do need to do this. I need to use this, I need to use the other rocket to break the pipe, and then something can kill that artillery, and that will open the way for Andy's fighter. Yep, I need to do that. Okay, that makes sense. But I also, yeah, I can't use Winter Fury here, because otherwise this fighter would not be able to, hang on a minute, though, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd be able to reach one of the bombers that way, because I also have this anti-air. So I can go for this, slightly more damage bomber, I guess. Oh, that was a really good luck roll from him in the counterattack, though. Can't really build a battlecopter here, because then it would just get swarmed and killed by the other battlecopters. Can kind of creep you a little bit forward. I feel like I'm kind of forced to do that. Oh, that recon. I was saving, the recon for power score later, but it turns out that I actually have to, it's blocking me now, so I have to take it out. With the anti-air, because it's not like the anti-air is going to really do much good up here. And see, I'd like to do that too, but Andy, see, I keep messing myself up with my unit movement. But I wonder if if I rocket that... See, there's definitely no rockets in the south now. See, that's not even a sure shot. Although Andy... Oh no, Andy can't really get in there because there are missiles. Guess I can get my APCs with the mechs in them closer. I don't like this infantry is stuck between a Neo tank and a hard place, though. It's probably going to go for the artillery or the rocket, though. But that could be famous last words. Also, technique is actually quite tricky on this map, since you can't really build new units. And he does always have hyper upgrade later, so it's worthwhile if you retreat with his... For example, I think I can kind of move this bomber as long as it doesn't get missile, but I can kind of move this bomber like around here, so I can come back later. Yeah, that's not even going to really do it. Okay, yeah, but I did specifically do this so that I could fly this fighter in, and now Olaf's a lot safer down there. The thing is, if I get hyper upgrade, I do believe I do one-shot that. But the question is, can I get hyper upgrade? How close am I? I don't think, even if I were to, like, say, bomb that, I don't think that would be enough to give me hyper upgrade. If I do this, I'm basically sacking a battlecopter, and I'm blocking off one of the cities, so Olaf can't... I mean, Olaf wasn't going to start capturing next to it anyway, but still. I was kind of contemplating whether I, like, sack a battlecopter to the anti-air like I did with Eagle in the final battle in the first game. Oh, okay, no, I do still get it.
Time for a tune-up.
So this means the missile is likely dead.
Hyper upgrade.
Yeah, sorry if I feel like I'm not giving the best commentary right now, but it's more like this mission does kind of demand a lot of concentration from me. So yeah, here's my plan. Okay, yeah, that thing definitely dies now. Which means that I can get a copter through and start attacking that missile. Okay, my copters can go... Okay, that copter can go all the way down here. And his anti-air are pretty damaged as well. So once I take out the missiles, I'm pretty unopposed Air Force-wise in this region. However, Flak is looking pretty bad, like, in terms of, like, how strong he is in the north. He's looking pretty strong up there, and that copter is going to die, but, it was a valiant sacrifice for the sake of getting the hyper upgrade and breaking through into the south. Okay, what you doing, Flak, besides killing that battlecopter? Which, unfortunately, rather isn't the bomber. I feel like I don't really see Black Hole missiles shooting all that much, although I think Sturm had quite a few of them in the final battle in the first game. Oh, great, he has a Neo tank in here already. I do think I have some, like, rockets in the area, but that was... I think that was actually a good luck roll, and I had a feeling that would happen. Oh, that was also a... Flak is having a lucky day today, wow. Yeah. I am actually a little worried about, like, Olaf's technique, but it's pretty rough getting a good technique score on this map. Oh, that's probably dead now. Ah, not quite. Yeah, I think that was a little bit worse in the luck department. 3 HP. Shooting back with higher firepower, though, so... yeah, I hate it when that happens. Okay, that was probably bad luck as well on Flak's part, so it's sort of averaged out. And now he has those units coming in. And a whole bunch of infantry that I don't like because it's making it harder to get a good power score. Okay, I think at this point, Andy's air units are pretty much in kind of the right position to do what they need to do now. I think I can safely go for Winter Fury. The question is, though, can I even kill that Neo tank this turn? I sort of need to, but it's looking kinda... Okay, I'm gonna go for Winter Fury anyway.
Can you withstand the
He still hasn't said, "May the winds of war bring snow." Yeah, and I like how every nation has its own, like, superpower intro theme like that. Like, you hear a bit of the bells for Blue Moon. Although it does play, like, it is totally based on, like, what color you are in multiplayer rather than what faction you are. So if you're playing, say, as a Black Hole CO, but you're in the Blue Moon slot, you will still get the Blue Moon bells, which is a little weird. Should I mean, that thing's a little more in my way. Oh, wait, it's kind of rare that we get to see Blue Moon missiles firing, too. They fire these very large projectiles. Okay, the only thing you can hit is this Neo Tank. I kind of need to get rid of this Neo Tank, though. It's being really annoying. Because my infantry up here is still undamaged, which is good, but, oh, that Neo Tank. Okay, I mean, Andy will be able to get rid of that. And I can get some units down below. So, okay, then. Kind of want to... I think I'll join there. Going up against Flak's units on terrain is always a bit of an issue because they can often hit back really hard thanks to luck rolls. And I will be able to start capturing soon. I think I could probably safely put stuff there. I do think I need to unload my mechs now, though. Gotta watch out for that rocket. But, yeah, just in case I can actually get those mechs in the next turn, I'll start unloading them now. You know, I'm going to clear a little bit of space. Yeah, you can kind of get a little bit of a read on where Andy's units can go. Might need to clear a little bit of space for them now. This medium tank is going to be better served, like, in the middle, but again, I need to clear space for Andy. I don't especially care about that 1 HP Neo tank anymore. And, there's only one battlecopter down there now. I'm not really sure how useful bombers are going to be in the grand scheme of things. Oh, right, this guy is basically dead and can't really do anything. How many units have I lost, though? 8 out of 20. Like, yikes, I'm really not sure how you even expected to get a good technique score on this map. But okay then, Andy can at least kill this. There is a lot of tanks to break through up in this northern side. And yeah, like I said, I kind of wanted to leave Andy some space. I can do that, but that means I can't cap... I mean, that city's close anyway, and it's in range of rockets right now, so if I save the early cities, like, for last... Because my infantry will be able to reach them eventually, so maybe I should instead focus on this so that I can... Oh, but then, no, he's going to put a unit in front. And then Olaf won't be able to do anything. It's just, this mission is just... It messes me up so much, because I just... The whole logic about how you need to move your units around to avoid the allies blocking each other... It's just really rare that a factory mission with multiple players, like, it's just, there's such tight confines. It's very easy for, okay, I mean, the rocket's still probably gonna die, but at least it means every air unit in that vicinity is severely damaged. But yeah, just such tight confines. Because we have actually broken through pretty effectively in the middle right now. Oh, he has Barbaric Blow again, but... He's not really going to be able to take a lot of engagements with that. Yeah, he's not even using it. Okay, that does mean that, yeah, my bomber did die, but was it worth it? Maybe, because, again, Andy's techniques, I mean, Olaf's technique score also matters, so... I actually don't really feel... Oh, crap, he shot one of my mechs, that's terrible. I need to keep those alive. But I'm actually, like, honestly, I don't think I'm going to S-rank this. This is a pretty rough mission to get a good rank on. And it's very long, too, which is kind of the worst kind. Because it means you have to, you know, redo a whole lot of progress if you fail. Okay, right. At least there's no more snow, which is kind of weird for Olaf, but still. If I start capturing that with the mech, I need to make sure that No, I don't think I can do that. I think I actually do need to... That's not even a sure shot. My 3 HP tank might be able to finish this if I... Okay, no, that thing was on lower HP, so okay, that thing is done. Be careful, because there is actually a rocket down there. Oh, there is also a rocket here, but it can't hit that from the side, so let's go and take this thing out from the side. Yeah, I like how you can even see the giant missile in the background. But actually, yeah, I definitely need to start getting a move on with capturing. Maybe it's better if I actually load that. I have full health tanks, I have a medium tank. And, well, yeah, you can just pick off these things. Yeah, eventually I might need to delay some of these units down here, but yeah, more battlecopters. Okay, yeah, I do need to make room for my indirects too. Because the indirects are insanely helpful in breaking through massive choke points like this. That's a little bit more damage. No, I probably will still save for Hyper Upgrade. Hyper Upgrade might, like, I could potentially swoop in with Hyper Upgrade later, possibly. Still, I really, really don't like the positioning of that missile. Yeah, see, if I had Hyper Upgrade, I could actually reach that with the copters this turn. I almost wonder whether that is worth it? At least, like, attempting to get Hyper Upgrade. Okay, that was not a kill, but I'm getting a little closer to Hyper Upgrade. Okay, that is done, and now, yeah, you can just keep flying around. Yeah, once you get the blower pipe broken and Andy's fighter is in here, it's doing what it does best. And these copters kind of need to... Yeah, watch out for that missile in the north, but these copters kind of need to pincer strike that missile. Can't really afford to sack anything to the enemy missile there. So yeah, he actually does have Barbaric Blow, but he's not used it. And he probably won't use it this turn either. No, that's not very nice, but I will take all of the not niceness that I can get against you here, because this is like, I remember I used to describe this map as like the one time Flak is actually a threat, except in challenge mode where Liberation is where he's a threat, but yeah. Okay, right then. So things are looking a little better for Olaf right now, but I still, like this is about the phase where you do really need to get to capturing. So okay, then that infantry will get on that next turn. I have an infantry that's in an APC. Okay, I have one in an APC there. But okay then. Yeah, we need to bust through here as fast as we can. Because this rocket in particular is covering 4 out of the 8 cities that you need to capture, which is pretty huge as far as annoyance factor goes. I guess I can do this just to make Andy's job a little easier. Of course, oh, yeah, that's another unit loss for Olaf's technique score. Ugh, yeah, this is not good. Okay, I do have a Neo-Tank that's trying to get in through that pipe and be annoying, but I also have Battlecopters to stall it. That's really what they're going to do here. Can't even hit that copter. Oh, I can't afford another Battlecopter, though. Yeah, it'll take 4 days to get that if I start capturing with that mech. It'll take 3 if I start capturing with that, so that's probably better for now. So, yes, like I said, I do really, really want Hyper Upgrade this turn. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. But if I do, I don't even know if it's going to be possible. So watch out for that missile. I mean, regardless, the missile can't shoot either of my copters here. This mission would be one where, if things are operated by dual strike logic, then your technique rating would actually be averaged across all of the armies, which would be a huge help here, because it would mean that Andy would give you a bit of a buffer to having a technique score, and also it would mean that Andy would, okay, this rocket is totally dead, that's great, but it would also mean that you'd need to care about Andy's losses more as well. See, Andy's actually doing pretty good when it comes to, like, the power score. The problem is he's not the one whose power score matters. I guess he can block the pipe that way. Finally, Andy's blocking is actually helping me. He's probably gonna use it, I feel.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Okay, then. I thought he'd do this, like, just to kind of offset the chances of a bad luck roll not killing something with the missile. Because he could do decent damage with the Neo tank against, like, my copters if he got lucky. I really don't know why he's not using it. Maybe he just realizes that his army is just not in good shape right now, and he's sort of kind of conceding on that front. But okay then, we're at day 8. And yeah, it is day 12 for perfect speed. It is something that, like, a lot of people also have been, kind of saying is like, if I do that, Andy can't bomb that missile. See, again, it's so easy to just step on each other's toes. However, I mean, I might actually be, yeah, I can probably kill this missile like this. Because that goes down to 4 there. Yeah, that kills it. Unfortunately, the 1 HP tank is completely surrounded, so I can't actually kill that off with Olaf for a shot at good power. Yeah, this artillery here is more of a threat than you might realize. Where is the... Okay, the rocket's just down here. Usually the rocket doesn't threaten these 2 cities very much, but if it does, that's when things get really bad. So yeah, I do need to move this rocket down here to potentially threaten these tanks that are coming through. And yeah, you go there so that, yeah, so that the mech can hop in you next turn. Okay, good, that actually did take you out. I have Blizzard, but I'm not going to use it because all that would do is just slow Andy down for no real benefit to myself. 5. I mean, I can get a transport copter for, like, technique score, which I may honestly need to, which is kind of sad. Okay, yeah, so the missile's looking pretty clear right now. Oh, right, now I have hyper upgrade. I don't like the fuel on you. Actually, hang on a minute. This is gonna seem really weird. But I think that's going to let the APC reach the fighter and refuel it. There's a really weird use of hyper upgrade, but I'll take it.
Hyper upgrade!
Oh, no, actually it doesn't. Right. Well, because yeah, what I wanted to do was just put this fighter, like, here. Because that way his tanks can't get through now. And then I'll get ready to refuel it later. And I cannot hit those pipes with my bomber because the, missile is there. Yeah, I'm gonna lower you to 1 HP just so that Olaf can finish you for the power score. In fact, if I do that, then there's no way that it'll be able to attack the APC or anything else in that area. I do think that you still lose if Andy gets wiped out. I've never seen that happen on this mission before, though. Oh, okay, at least it's alive. I spoke too soon. I thought leaving that 1 HP tank alive would be fine, but it wasn't. Yeah, so what I was saying about, like, the Days of Ruin scores is that some people like the fact that the scores are actually out of... they're out of 150 in every category, but you still only need 300 points for an S rank. So there's a bit of a buffer, like if you fail, like if you do badly in one score, you can make up for it in other areas. The thing is, though, I'm still not a huge fan of that system. And it's mostly because it quickly devolves into speed beats everything, just like Advance Wars 1's hard mode does. Okay, so I have an APC there. That guy can capture that next turn, but that guy can't capture anything next turn, so I actually do need to move this here to get him further into the map. Yeah, you can also have your mechs repaired. That can be useful sometimes. I suppose I can get these copters in blocking this breach. Not that, like, flak's going to be a huge threat getting through there, but still. I do have an income of 8,000, so I can afford a transport copter every turn, which is really silly, but I think it's basically the only way I'm going to try and make up my technique losses here. And yeah, oh, I blocked off getting the APC. This is just, you just step on each other's toes so much in this map. Maybe Olaf was onto something when he didn't want Andy's help here. I'm just gonna stay there just for, like, fuel efficiency. I mean, if they get really lucky, they could maybe kill one of my transport copters, but I hope they don't. Oh, he's finally getting tanks out of that, though. So now, okay then, now this infantry starts capturing this. This infantry gets in the APC. This mech starts capturing... Okay, the APC will... Right, because this infantry's in range of that, so I should focus on these things. You obviously start capturing. And then you... That's an infantry, not a mech. Where's the... Oh! That's not good. Oh, crap. That's awful. I don't think there's a way I can stop that rocket from damaging that mech. That's really bad. Maybe I'll need to join? Or, like, hope he goes for an APC, maybe? Can't really afford to use that 2 HP tank as bait. I'll put you there, though. I have this suspicion that he's going to use Barbaric Blow, too. And then if that thing gets a good luck roll on my mech, that's going to be really terrible. Okay, well, at least I can refuel this fighter now. The bomber's probably fine. Okay, I hope that he's baited it. Oh, no, he's not. Crapola, Crapola, Crapola. I hate this. That rocket. See, yeah, that rocket does really creep up on you. And I normally just throw my copters into that rocket, but I can't really do that now, well, especially now that he's blocked off a whole lot of things from it, but also because there's an anti-air down there, and I can't afford to lose any more units with Olaf. So, okay. Got that, we're halfway there. And now you start... Okay, yeah, thankfully the artillery is not in range of any of those, so you start capturing that. I mean, this thing can shoot this. Just really, really can't afford to lose many things with Olaf right now, but I may need to do this just to make sure that I get the capture as soon as possible. I can maybe join these. I feel like I've never really advanced this much into this little area before on this map. Which may be a good sign, I don't know. Okay, day 11 now. Andy really can't do anything. His fighter is just there as a roadblock. Okay, 3 HP. Down to 4. That's still gonna just barely get me that city, though I don't like that I lost a battlecopter there. Also, this could be a... Oh, no, it's fine. Though it didn't take any HP off that Neo tank. I was kind of hoping that I would. Okay, yeah, I was... Thankfully, you can't really get lucky enough to destroy that. Yeah, I should get the bottom city, I think, because it's like 6... Yeah, there we go. Exactly enough. There we go. I have that now. I have that now. I'll start taking that, and then... my rocket can't quite hit the other rocket, though. But even if my mech gets hit, it probably gets repaired up to mostly fully. Like, either way, I have a pretty good shot of getting that city soon. So, I think I'm going to go a little over the perfect speed threshold. If I move the copter there, the anti-air won't be able to attack it. I'm just barely unable to afford a battlecopter. Okay, 34 and lost 13 looks a little better for technique than I was before. Once more, and he does nothing. Okay, I was hoping your rocket would shoot my rocket. That means I definitely have a full health unit that I can use here. He's actually lost quite a lot of his army right now. Although you do start with a pretty overwhelming amount of units. It's kind of an interesting mission, this one. But I suppose now that we're almost done, that giant missile just kind of reminds me of a really funny thing. So, like, a kind of, I don't know, hobby of mine is looking at errata for tabletop games, because I always find it hilarious just how ridiculous, the sheer ridiculousness that some people are able to do. There, he finally said it, but I skipped the quote. Just by taking, like, rules as written to the logical conclusion. And this reminds me of something that I saw regarding the Deathstrike missile, which is a type of unit in Warhammer 40,000. It's an Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum unit. Basically, it's like that. It's a gigantic warhead on the back of, on the back of one of their vehicles. And the Deathstrike missile in its original iteration listed its range as infinite, which was supposed to mean it can shoot anywhere on the battlefield. But in practice, people saw the infinite range and decided to shoot Deathstrike missiles at other people's tables. Like at tournaments, they'll be like, okay, I fire my Deathstrike missile at that guy who's playing in the finals halfway across the room. And try and influence the match that way. And they go, hey, the range says infinite, I'm allowed to do this. Or sometimes people would even take the infinite range to its even more logical conclusion and order death strikes on tournaments that were happening in other countries. So, yeah, I believe that got errated out. I forget exactly how they errated that, but it was in some regard. Like, I think they changed its range to, like, merely 240 inches in one version. And, like, most battlefields are, like, no bigger than 80 inches. So, like, that's massively overkill. But, yeah, I still thought that was hilarious, the saga of Deathstrike missiles having infinite range. And just, like, how infinite do you mean exactly? Because I can stretch the definition of infinite range pretty broadly. But okay then, that finishes this. The question is whether or not I got an S rank, and...
Blast it all!
I think that's the first time Flack said that.
Yes!
But, the question is whether or not I got an S rank. Of course, if you're watching this, you'll know that I did, but me... recording right now, I don't, and I'm in anticipation. You know what? I feel like this would have actually been easier with just Olaf. And he does help a little bit, especially with that fighter. I think that fighter was the biggest contribution he had.
Oh, yeah!
I think that line is exactly the same. Olaf is kind of tsundere in Black Hole Rising. Okay.
I won! That is, we won.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite mission victory lines again, Olaf is Sundera. So I did S-rank that, lost a little bit in speed and technique, but still, I'll definitely take S-ranking that. That mission is, it's not one that I'm a huge fan of. Like, yeah, it's just kind of hard for me to wrap my head around the logic of, like, moving my units in the right places to not, again, I keep saying it, but step on each other's toes. It's just so easy to do that in this mission, but I will take S-ranking that. So, with that, next time we have a bit of an interesting mission for Grit's second round in Blue Moon.